Hi there everybody, going live again, Tuesday morning here, and it's what's the time, 8:17, so I'm a little bit early, but never mind, that's all good. And it'll be interesting to see who does come on here today, as I don't normally do a Monday live or a Tuesday morning live, so it will be most interesting to see who we have coming by. And sitting out here with a hot cup of coffee again as usual. A very hot cup of coffee, I should say. So, good evening to all of you. Boarding for me, of course. So, we'll wait and we'll see who does come on here. And we'll do a few shout outs today, so that'll be all good. And not as cold this morning out here as it was yesterday morning. And I'll get the temperature up in a minute. My nose is dripping here already. So at the moment we're looking at 46 degrees, feels like 43, so a good 10 or 12 degrees warmer than yesterday. And of course, those of you who use Celsius, we're looking at 8 degrees Celsius. So a bit warmer than yesterday, where we were about 34 or 35, I think, or about 2 degrees Celsius when we started our live stream. And it's just on, try to get the time up here, I haven't got my glasses to read it, 8:23. So it'll be interesting just to see who we get. And this morning's watch hours, as I check, 3,689, so 311 required. It'd be lovely if I could smash that out, but doesn't seem to be happening. But I'll share this one out, so hopefully we get some viewers. So I'll share it out on my Facebook, and I'll make a YouTube post saying that I'm live. And it would be great if everybody comes and sees and helps out my watch hours. So just getting a post up. And when we get a few people on, we'll start running a few shout outs. So making a post here on our community tab on Facebook, and who do we have here? It says we've got 2 watching, and I know one is this device that I'm running, so that's that. And so we've probably got another person here watching, so please don't be shy and come and say hello. And it would be really wonderful to see you. And I must run a shout that I'm live, and we'll see who does come by. It would be great to see somebody come by here and say hello to us all. But it could be a fair bit of sitting and waiting until somebody comes on. So we'll see what happens. And sitting out here with a hot cup of coffee. Oh yes, that's okay, Jocelyn. I do understand. Oh, that's Facebook Messenger you sent me a message on. Arielle-Viking. But waiting to see if we can get somebody come on here and say hello. It would be really, really wonderful if you do come on here and help my watch hours out, as I badly need them. And I'll just probably sit here and wait until somebody comes on, I guess. And I must check to see if it did post to Facebook. Facebook can be a bit funny about these things at times. And I probably should position my log of wood that I've got my cup sitting on. It's a bit unstable. But never mind. So now I just got this out on Facebook. We'll just see who comes by. And I think there could be a fair bit of just sitting here and waiting. And I haven't checked, there could well be some other live streams running at the moment as well. But still locked down here, so there's nothing else I can do. And it would be lovely if we do get some viewers. Oh, Desert Fun for All. Hi there, Jim. Great to see you, and thanks for coming by. I was wondering if anybody was going to drop in here. I don't usually do a Monday evening live stream, but since we're in lockdown, there's nothing else to do, and if it helps my watch hours, that's a good thing. And I'll probably do another one tomorrow, I'd say, and it's not as cold here. Today we're looking at, waiting on this thing to come up, 46 degrees Fahrenheit, so about 10 or 12 degrees warmer than yesterday morning. So my fingers aren't freezing this time. And no wind at the moment, and cloudy, and I think there's rain coming tomorrow, so I'll probably run another live stream tomorrow because we've got this lockdown again, and nothing else that I can do, and it might help my watch hours a bit. Yeah, it is pretty peaceful and relaxing here. There's traffic out on the street, but it's probably like about a quarter of what there normally is, so you know, it's all much quieter, and of course there's not as many people up and down the walking trail. Yeah, no cold burn, not today, no. It is a bit warmer, and no doubt we'll have helicopters flying around here later everywhere. And you know, honestly, that corporation's got nothing better to do. I wish you'd go out and catch some real criminals instead of, you know, just annoying the general public just about a blasted mask, or not wearing a mask, or, you know, gathering in groups of larger than 2 or something like that. But of course, you know, they go after the soft and easy target. We all know how that is. But anyway, we won't talk about those cretins. We'll talk about something nicer. Yeah, LOL, yeah. And watch hours creeping up. I've got about 311 watch hours remaining before I get my 4,000 when I check that. And it'd be lovely if I could smash that out today, but I can't see this channel getting 300 odd watch hours in a day. You know, this channel's just not that popular. And it's only, you know, it's only my channel anyway, so that doesn't, you know, doesn't really matter, I guess. But I'll get this up and see what the watch hours show and show you all that. And this tablet's fallen asleep, even though it's a bit warmer. So 3,689 public watch hours. So, you know, they're creeping up, but they're creeping up very slowly, and you know, I'd love if they crept up a bit faster. And oh dear, we've got a seagull behind us. Those things are a real pest in this city. You know, people talk about pigeons, but I'd much rather have pigeons around than seagulls. Yeah, thank you so much for that, Jim. I really, really appreciate that, and I really appreciate everybody who's playing my watch lists and videos and helping my watch hours. It would be really lovely to get this channel monetized. And, you know, of course, I'd still run my live streams, but I'd probably, instead of doing like three in a week, or 4 in a week, or 5 in a week, I might just drop it down to 2 in a week, because, you know, they're a great opportunity to shout out everybody else's channels as well, and, you know, to help everybody else out. So, you know, I won't stop doing live streams. And I'll give another channel a shout out. He's been really great and quite often watches my live streams after the event, because he's busy doing something else when I'm live. So just waiting for this channel, or this tab, to come up, and I'll get his channel up and we'll give him a shout out. And a hurry up tablet. So this thing's finally loaded up, so we'll get his channel up. Mike Humphrey. Way to go Kennels, and I'll get his channel banner up and we'll run his channel link. And Mike has been really, really wonderful in supporting my channel, and I really thank and appreciate you, Mike, for all that you've done. So that's Mike's channel, Mike Humphrey Way to Go Kennels. And I love his videos where he takes his dogs out chasing coons, and it's really good fun, and actually brings back memories of when I was a little girl, of seeing dogs chasing down different pest animals. So we'll get Mike's channel link up and share that out. Oh, thank you so much for that, Jim. I really appreciate that. And you know, it helps me out so much, and I really, really appreciate it. And please do keep me posted for when you do make a video and get some videos up. And I'll definitely be sharing those out and letting everybody know that you have a video up. So let me know when you do make some videos. And I was just messaging with Hope for Life Walker earlier, and she's somewhere where she can't run my video at the moment, so whether she'll pop in today or not, I guess we'll see. And I'm going to run another channel. He's been really great and watches my videos as well. Caveman Mike, so I'll get his banner up, and waiting on this thing to load up. And I wish the search on this would just by default give me channels, but you know, that's just how it is. So I'll just see if I can get his channel up. This thing, it's quite slow, and it's not giving me the right results. So I might have to look a bit further to find his videos or his channel link. Yeah, I wish Jocelyn was here, because it's much easier for her to search on her computer than me searching on this thing. So that is what it is, though. Oh, Poor Dirt Farmer, hello, great to see you, and thanks for coming by. And I'll give you a shout out as well while I'm doing some shout outs. And everybody, please check out Poor Dirt Farmer's channel and subscribe to him, and watch his videos in full, and leave him nice comments and plenty of thumbs up. So I'll get your channel link up and we'll share that out. a huge thank you for coming by here. So Poor Dirt Farmer, his channel banner here, so everybody check him out. And I'll run his channel link, so everybody click on his link. And I know that I do have a number who come back and watch my live streams later, so everybody who comes back and watches later, please do run the chat replay and click on the links that I share. So things might be a bit quiet now, but there's always going to be somebody who watches later, so I'll ask you all who watch later to please come back and check out the channels who I shout out. And I'll get this other device up and just see what everybody's got to say. Oh yes, hot where you are. Oh yes, you're in Florida. Yeah, this morning down here, not as cold as yesterday, so that's better. But we're looking at 46 degrees at the moment. So it's 10 or 12 degrees warmer than when I started yesterday's live stream, so a bit easier to take. And of course this sweater that I have got on is not as thick as what I was wearing yesterday morning. And it's quite still here with no wind, so at least there's no wind chill with that. And of course sitting out here having a hot cup of coffee, or now it's a half cold cup of coffee, but never mind. So what time is it in Florida at the moment? And it's all very quiet here today because we're back in these blasted lockdowns. There's probably about a quarter of the traffic out on the street, out in the front, and I haven't seen anybody along the walking trail behind the creek back there yet today, and no doubt you know who is going to be flying around very soon, just to see who's not wearing a mask and who's gathering in groups of larger than two, and who is outside from home longer than their allotted 2-hour exercise limit, and you know that corporation, Victoria Police, they call themselves, are always up to no good, and you know, if they'd go and catch the real criminals instead of hammering the soft targets, everything would be much better for us all. But unfortunately that's not going to change. And sadly I can't speak of that too much publicly, as you know how things are these days. But I'm sure you know exactly what I mean. And you know, my nose is starting to dribble here a bit too. Seems to be always when there's a live stream on that happens. And I might even just run up in a minute and make myself another cup. Yeah, well done. Yes, absolutely. You'll speak for everyone. And yes, well said. I watch all your videos, and often they're running on my TV where it's very hard for me to come and comment. So do bear with me on being a bit slow on getting to put a comment on your videos at times. Oh, all good, Jim, no problems. And I really appreciate you running these on my Arielle, on your laptop. I really appreciate that. And I'm going to run up and get myself another hot cup of coffee because this one's getting cold. And I do need a good thermos cup, or actually if I sat out here with a thermos beside me would be quite a good idea. Oh yes, you're wanting some coffee too, I guess, by the sound of that. Yeah, thank you so much, Jim. I'm 311 hours off now. When I checked before, so I'll just get that up and show you all what that's telling us. So just wait on this tab to open. And this tablet is bloody slow, so please do bear with me on that. That's, you know, how it is. So just waiting on this to come up, current watch hours. So we have 3,689 public watch hours as of this morning. So that's 311 remaining. So nearly got that blue half circle just about all the way around. And you know, those last few hundred watch hours seems to take for bloody ages, so it'll be nice to get them and smash that out of the park. Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, poor dirt farmer, for sharing me out, and be great if we got a few people here to watch and we could run a few more shout outs. And while I'm here with this thing, I'll put your name in blue, so you can now shout out your friends' channels on this live stream, or your own channel, or share out any social media links you have, your Instagram or Facebook groups or Twitter or whatever, you can share that out. Or if you've got a personal web page or a personal merchandise store, you can also share that link out as well. And anybody whose names are in blue can share out links, and please do so. So I'm going to quickly run up and I'll get myself another cup of coffee, because at this time of morning coffee is certainly much needed. So I'll go and fill this cup up and I'll be back in a second. Well, a long second I should say. It'd be like about 2 or 3 minutes or something. So I'll just go and do that and I'll be back. So a refill of my coffee, and I'll just plug in my power bank as we've been running about 45 minutes, and this battery's probably getting low, so we'll plug that in. There's nothing wrong, nothing worse than grinding to a halt during a live stream because the battery has run out. So I'll see what I've missed here. And just waiting on a few more to come on. And we'll run a few more shout outs once we get a few more viewers. And of course, anybody who comes on here, I'll see if I can find your channels and give you a shout out as well. And I must find Caveman Mike's channel and shout him out too. I haven't found his channel yet, but I am following him. And this cup of coffee, it's nice and hot, so that's all good. And it is quite enjoyable listening to the birds, so that's all good. And I'll just see if I can find Mike's channel here. And we'll give Mike a shout out. And probably, you know, the channel that I want is not going to come up in a real hurry, so you know how that is. We'll just see how that comes. I'll just see what I've missed here. Oh, hi there, Karen. Great to see you, and really lovely to see you. Not as hot as you're having here, of course. 46 degrees when I looked, so a little bit warmer than when I ran the live stream yesterday. And really appreciate you coming by. And I've just got to see if I can find Mike's channel, and we will give him a shout out when I can find that. And another great channel who I'm going to give a shout out to is Tom's channel, East Grand Woodsman. So I'll give him a shout out. Tom's been really great, and he does drop by on my live streams when he can. So I'll just show you what Tom's channel looks like. And I'll run his channel link and give him a shout out too, of course. Yeah, wow, 104. That sounds too bloody hot for me, Karen. and I bet you just about melted with that one. So I've just run Tom's channel there, so everybody please do check out East Grand Woodsman if you're not already following his channel. And I'll see if I can find Mike's channel here as well. And it's going to be at the bottom of the list, I know, because you know when I want to shout out a channel, I won't find it in a real hurry, or it'll be at the bottom of the list. So it always seems to be Murphy's Law, I guess you could say. So we'll just see what we can get up here and give him a shout out. So please do bear with me as I look. And still scrolling down. I wish it gave a option to search here in the actual channel subscribe, just to bring them up quickly, but we all know how that is. And you know, of course, you know, that would be far too simple, I guess you could say, to have that. So they're not going to do that in a real hurry. So please do bear with me as I search. And I don't know where Jamie is today. She must be busy working or something, I guess. Oh yes, that's okay, Jim. I understand, no problem. And you know, sometimes you've just got to answer the phone. So just still trying to find Mike's channel here. It does take a while to find when I want a certain channel. It never seems to come up, or it doesn't come up in a real hurry, so do bear with me there. And of course, you know, we'll do a few shout outs today, so that's always good to do, some shout outs and to help out some others. and of course, you know, heaps and heaps and heaps of channels here in my list, so it takes a while just to find them. And I wish I had Jocelyn online, because she's really great at finding channels, but you know, she's got the computer that she usually watches on, and searches are much easier on a desktop or a laptop computer instead of on the phone or a tablet, so please do bear with me there. Just seeing what I've missed here. Everything's fairly quiet here today, but then, you know, on Monday evening for you guys, or Tuesday morning for me, it's not a usual time of running live streams for me, so and being in the working week, you know, it could be a bit hit and miss as well. And everybody in blue, please do feel free to run your own channel links, Instagram pages, merch pages, Facebook groups, or shout out to friends. Please do feel free to do that. And this thing's now fallen asleep as well. Still can't bring up Mike's channel. So I might just stop looking and see what messages I've missed here. Oh yes, you want to go and fish in that stream, yeah. Still saving up for some fishing gear, and then I will, Jim. And no, we don't have Memorial Day here, Karen. They're actually pretty light on with, you know, the important holidays. And the only holiday or public holiday to do with veterans that they celebrate here is Anzac Day on the 25th of April. And in this state, if the 25th of April falls on a Saturday or a Sunday, they don't even have a long weekend for that. So I really wonder about that. You know, they have a public holiday for a bloody horse race, the Melbourne Cup, or the bloody football grand final weekend on a Friday. But for something important like veterans and people who served in the military, not a lot of public holidays, which I think is really, really ridiculous and sucks, because, you know, those people, men and women, have laid down their lives and sacrificed all fighting for freedom. And you know, I think our veterans and people who serve in the military are far more important than a bloody horse race or a bloody grand final for football. So, you know, that's what I think of that. And I probably won't get any argument on that. But, you know, that's how this country is. Everything's ass about. Yeah, exactly. That's right, Jim. But you know, that's this place for you, and you know, I think they should have a public holiday also, or a Commemorance Day on, you know, the 11th for you know, Veterans Day. And you know, like they do have a minute silence at 11 a.m. on, you know, November the 11th for that, but it's just a normal work day otherwise, and I think it should be a public holiday, or I don't know if I should call it a holiday. Maybe I should call it a no work day and commemoration day, really. But you know, of course, they can have a holiday on the first Tuesday of November, or a bloody stupid horse race. Which of course, you know, funnily enough, last year the horse race went ahead, but nobody was allowed to attend because of you know, all this stuff going on with lockdowns and God knows what. So don't know what the point of it really was, to tell you the truth. And you know, another very stupid thing was the Anzac Day march and service was cancelled last year, and this year it was limited to, I think, about 500 people, and they all had to socially distance. And couldn't run a lot of their normal commemorations, so that really sucks as well. Yes, Canada is pretty strict as well. I think they're having a competition between Australia and Canada, who can have the strictest lockdowns and the most repressive laws. I'm sure there's, you know, a competition between the two of those. So, you know, I wonder about that. And, you know, the UK at times also tries to join the competition and do some pretty silly and strict things as well. So I have heard a lot of what goes on in Canada through, you know, the independent news media, certainly not through the mainstream media. But I do hear there's a bit more protest in Canada than what there's been here. People are just, in Canada, it seems like a lot of people have just had enough of it all. So, you know, there's some hope in that. But even here now, this time with this lockdown, I am noticing a lot more people walking around out on the street or outdoors without wearing a mask. Although our government has mandated that you must wear a mask at all times when you're outside, a lot of people are just putting it on, you know, when they walk into a shop or the mall or what have you, and I'm sure most people only just do it just to keep the peace. Instead of really believing in the narrative. So, you know, that's interesting. But, you know, this thing going on, it's all very political, so we can't really discuss it too much, I'm afraid. You know, all quite different to like a measles outbreak or you know, something like that was actually about the disease. But this current one, that's just all political, and I think there's a number of people just waking up that what this is all about. Anyways, what's everybody been up to today? It's something a bit nicer and more fun to discuss. And I see here a channel AM, so nice to see you here as well. Thank you for dropping by, and thank you for leaving your input here. And are you still here, Karen, or you've had to go and do something? And I definitely won't be getting another cup of coffee just now, or it'll be too much coffee. This is my second cup. I think I had about 4 cups of coffee yesterday morning during the live stream, but it was a fair bit colder, or felt a fair bit colder, so I sort of needed it to warm up, but the fingers aren't freezing this morning like they were yesterday morning. And, you know, I'd pick up the tablet and it even froze my fingers, or move the tripod and that even froze my fingers. So, you know, 10 or 12 degrees really makes a difference in how comfortable it is. And I know there's 1 or 2 of you that like to have a look at the creek and the surround, so I might even swap the camera around, and we'll have a bit of a look at the background here, and show everybody the surrounds, because I know there's a number who probably watch just to listen to the birds and to look at the background instead of hearing me talk away. So we'll have a bit of a look around, and I'll show you all the surrounds of here because I know that does interest many of you. And with all the rain we've had lately, this grass is starting to grow, so I'll have to do something about that in the next day or so, I guess. And so just having a look at the creek at the bottom of my garden, and on the other side of the creek there's a public walking trail, so that's all very quiet and not many people today. And we've got a couple of ducks swimming around. Don't think you can see them. Oh dear, our camera's all blurry. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I need to clean my camera lens, I think. I thought that was clean, but never mind. And sorry about that, and I'll have to remember to clean that before tomorrow's live stream. And we're about half tide at the moment here. Was high tide earlier. I looked at the tide chart and it said high tide here was about 5:45 a.m. so it's definitely dropped in the time since. I'm not sure what the time is now, probably about 9:30 or 10 a.m. But I'll put this back where I had it and get back on my seat, and we'll see what everybody's got to say and what messages I've missed. And I must clean that other camera lens on the back before tomorrow's live stream. Oh, hi there, Todd. Great to see you here. Oh yes, put water in your koi pond, cleaned the pool and played with the ducks, not much. Well, that sounds pretty cool, Jim. Oh, you watched to see me, Jim. Oh, that's really kind of you. And thank you so much, Todd, for letting it play. It's really, really appreciated. And currently watch hours required to answer your question, Karen. I need another 311 watch hours to get my 4,000. So I would have liked to have had that already, but it hasn't come yet, so you know how that is. And I definitely hope in the next couple of days, but we shall see. And I don't know why, but YouTube missed on counting a day for some reason. Maybe I had a really big upload, you know, one year ago, or you know, 1 year and about 3 days ago, that got a lot of views. I don't know, but current watch hours 3,689. I don't know if you can see that, the way the sun is now reflecting on the screens, it's probably making it a bit hard to see, but that's what it is at the moment. So be lovely if I could smash that out within the next couple of days, but I guess we'll see on that. I better refresh this thing too. This tablet does fall asleep at times, so I'll refresh that. And everybody also please remember to give me plenty of thumbs up, and you know, that helps out my numbers as well. So just say what I've missed here. Oh yes, Jim, you still have my videos playing. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I hope so, Karen. It'd be really great to get those hours, and I did get an email from them about their latest terms of service, saying that they can run ads on anybody's videos, whether monetized or not. So I definitely want to have this monetized, because if they're going to run ads on my videos, I want to get something out of those. And you know, plus the other features that go with the monetization as well. And once your channel's monetized, I do believe that YouTube will give your channel far more support as well. So you know, it's all worthwhile on that point as well. So just say what everybody else has got to say, and you know, please do share this video out as well. That would be really much appreciated, and really great. And I'll just see if this thing's woken up. Oh yeah, I don't know about that, Jim. You know, making any real money from YouTube's a pretty slow process as well, and you know, more a matter of luck than anything, I think. You know, I can't see any of my videos ever going viral, so there's that, of course. And you know, the videos that go viral, it more often seems to be somebody just you know, doing a game review, or maybe somebody doing something silly, or you know, something of not any real value often just seems to go viral. So I can't see my videos ever going viral, unfortunately. And you know, I've slackened off on the cooking videos too, because I don't even get a lot of watches on the cooking videos. So you know, why spend you know, five hours in preparation and filming and cooking, and then another 10 hours or so of editing after that for, you know, for about 20 or 30 views. It sort of doesn't really seem to be, you know, worthwhile to do too much of that. And you know, the funny thing is that I seem to get better views on live streams than what I do on making how-to videos. So I don't know what there is with that. But you know, I do have another video going live, or will premiere a cooking video in about I guess what is it, about 15.5 hours time. Yeah, thanks Jim, but you know, I don't really get a lot of views on my cooking videos, so it's sort of, you know, a case of I might as well not make as much, because it's really expensive to make them, you know, as compared to, you know, I'll just go and cook some ramen and won't bother filming that, of course, because, you know, ramen's cheap and cost of living here is just ridiculous. And you know, even bananas now, the cost of those, we were looking at about a month ago, we were looking at about $1 a pound, something like that, and they've jumped up to about nearly $3 a pound now within the last 2 or 3 weeks. Bell peppers, we're looking at about $4.50 a pound now. Meat, of course, is getting more and more expensive all the time, as everybody knows. And you know, a good T-bone steak, you're looking at about $15 a pound nowadays. So you know, the food prices are just going crazy. So you know, to go and buy some real food to cook with is just ridiculous. I'll go and get you something and you'll have a giggle at this. And you know, it sort of explains why people sort of eat crap. You know, when you see that, I'll go and get a box, and I'll show you a box of something that I bought at the shop yesterday. I wish I had more of those on special. So we have that one. Normal price $10. 4 Angus Aussie beef pies. About 1.5 pounds in weight, or 760 grams. That was for quick sale, and I wish I got more of those for that price. And this one, quick sale, $1.51, craft dinner. Normal price for that size box is $4, and bought that at $1.51, and the weight of that is 7 ounces. I bought 2 boxes of that, and that's all there was on the shelf, so I quickly bought those because it was so cheap. But you know, it's cheaper to buy and cook and eat crap than it is to actually eat good food. I'll just go and put that back, and I'll be back down here. And you'll laugh at this one. This is cheaper than normal. And they call it Hungry Jack's here, but it's actually Burger King, and that came in the mail just the other day. Family bundle, $26.95, which is really cheaper than normal. Probably all quite interesting for you. But with these coupons, it's about half the price of what it normally is to go to Burger King. So that sort of just explains how crazy the food prices are here. And another big reason why I make less and less cooking videos, because the cost of living here, I just can't afford to make them. My nose is dripping again. Oh yes, Karen, well thank you so much for coming by, and I really appreciate you watching and wishing you a great day. But you know, it's just interesting, the crazy prices, and why I'm making less cooking videos too, because just the expense of it. And I see we've dropped down to 2, so everybody's having to run and do some other things. So who do we still have here with us? And I guess we've been running about an hour and a half, so whether I keep running for a while yet and see who else comes on, it does all help my watch hours, so there's that, of course. Yeah, I know, Jim. It's like that here. Brisket. It used to be really cheap, like about $5 a pound, but you're now looking at like $10 or $15 a pound for good brisket here. It's just crazy. And you know what a full brisket, I guess what you're looking at about 10 pounds in weight, something like that. Would that be right, Jim? And of course, you know, if you can cook up a full brisket, it's really good, and you know, you can feed a lot of people, or have plenty of leftovers, and I don't buy it much anymore because of the cost of it. And you know, even something like beef ribs, they're selling that for like $10 a pound, and that's just ridiculous, because you know, it's all half of beef ribs weight is all bone, so you're paying a lot of money for bone. And yes, it is stupid what they're asking for meat. And you know, I'm sure a lot of it's, you know, to do with the supply, you know, because of all the shutdowns and that, not as many people to work in the meat plants and what have you, so I'm sure like the farmers are suffering as well, because they're having trouble selling their cows or whatever, because there's not the amount of workers to process them. And you know, you get all these various health bodies saying, oh, you know, people should eat more good food and less junk food, but the cost of real food compared to junk food, well, they've only got themselves to blame. Yeah, well, chicken is relatively cheap, I know, and it's not really good chicken that you buy cheap either. Good chicken, you know, the same as homegrown or that sort of thing, is pretty expensive. But yeah, you know, hamburger, or you buy hot dogs, or you know, because they're cheap, but they're probably not really that good for you. Yeah, you're lucky that you can go and hunt and fish. I've got to do more fishing here too, of course. I need a fishing pole to do that and some gear, so impossible to save money to get that here, and hunting here is an impossibility with you know, the laws here, so I can't do that, I'm afraid. But you know, it's lucky that you can go out and hunt and fish. And you know, that's another reason why I dream to leave this country too, is you know, somewhere where I'm a bit freer to go and hunt or fish, or you know, whatever. As you know, you might save money doing it, but it's also an enjoyable pastime too. So who do we still have here with us watching? You know, today I'll probably stay at home because I go to the mall and it's all very depressing this week with the lockdown, so unless I really need something, I don't really want to see it. And you know, nearly all the shops are closed. It's only the banks and the supermarket and the pharmacies open. Everything else is closed. And a lot of social problems out on the street. The other day I saw somebody, about 2 or 3 different people, just going ballistic out on the street. That just you know, mentally lost it. So there's that, and that's quite sad. And yeah, I didn't say who subscribed, but it looks like I've got a new subscriber, so thank you for who has subscribed to my channel. And please say hello. The alert didn't sort of show up fully, so I couldn't read who subscribed, and I need to set this that it actually reads that out as well. So, you know, if you're subscribed and you're still watching, please do say hello, and I'll give you a shout out and share your channel around as well, and hopefully you can get some more followers and video views. And how's my video quality and sound quality this morning? because I sometimes wonder about my internet, if it sort of buffers or whatever, because I use mobile internet, so you know, sometimes it can sort of buffer a bit or be a bit hit and miss. And here, or just down here, we have here, it's just on 10 a.m. and it's the 1st of June, so winter here officially has started. Fishing gear, I can buy a cheap fishing pole, you know, a half decent cheap fishing pole for about $25, and I believe that the fishing license is about you know, of course, for only 25 days it's something like about $12, but I think for a year it's like about $50. You know, the longer you buy the fishing license for, the cheaper it becomes. So I think I'd buy, you know, like a year one for like $50. But of course, you know, I don't have one of those at the moment because I don't sort of have the cash to do that with the expense of living here. Oh, you're too kind too, Jim. Thank you, Todd. I really appreciate that you're still running my live stream. Oh God, now the helicopters start flying around. For coming by. I really appreciate you coming and watching. And it's really, really great to see you. So yeah, that's the first one I've seen this morning flying around, and they're sure to start flying around a lot more now as the day goes on. They've got nothing better to do. But you know, that's how things are in this country. Oh yes, yes, Jim. Oh yes, I understand that, Harry. You know, that happens. You know, you get busy doing things. But yeah, Jim, they'd be more likely to come and arrest me for not wearing a bloody mask, to tell you the truth. And you know, if I was outside of my yard, the current rules are that you're supposed to wear a mask at all times when you're outside of your yard, and well, you know what they can do with their mask. But yeah, that's true. That's who it was flying around, and you know, they're busy looking for people not wearing masks or gathering in groups of larger than 2, or you know, driving further than 3 miles from home, or being out of home for longer than 2 hours exercising. You know, that's what they're up to. Oh yeah, it really does suck, and you know, you can't breathe through the bloody things. And you know, it sucks even just walking in the bloody things, to tell you the truth. And I love to have a good mask burning. Yes, Harry, they are all useless mandates, and it's all political. And you know, the cops here, they don't go out chasing murderers or drug dealers or difficult targets like that. They put cameras up for catching people driving like 1 mile per hour over the speed limit, or putting red light cameras up on all the red lights, and you know, sending fines out to people in the mail. But you know, that's what a police state is like, and a nanny state. And you know, this country has become totally socialist and communist, sadly. Oh yes, a real disaster. That's true, Todd. I won't say publicly what I think of it. As you know, a fair bit of censorship goes on these days. But yeah, it is right what you're saying, Todd. It's so true and really so sad. I think I've got to reposition this chair. It's starting to sink into the mud again. And you know, I've got stones here on the path, but the chair legs always seem to find the mud and the dirt in between the stones and sink down into that, so I don't know why that is. Well, we've got some more ducks swimming around on the creek. I might see if I can clean this camera off on the back of this, and we'll have a bit of a look around at those. As the last time I had a look, it was all dusty or whatever on the lens and it wasn't showing up, so we'll see if we can have a look. As I know everybody loves to see the wildlife if they can. This is all showing very blurry, I don't know. Don't know why that is, but I've got to get a wipe and clean this screen off properly because or this camera lens off properly because yeah, you don't think you can see them. It's all blurry for some reason. And I wanted to get a close-up of them, but it doesn't seem to be working, so sorry for that. And that's probably the best feature of this property is this creek down the bottom. So I'll put this back onto the front camera and sit back down and see what everybody's had to say. Oh, this thing. You nearly got something very funny, me falling off the chair. Yeah, it is sad, Harry, and yeah, it's so true. Yeah, I know, Jim, I'd better reposition it or my butt will end up on the ground, and that will make for quite a funny video for you all, I'm sure. But, you know, really so true what you said there, Harry, and I sort of doubt that really either truly exist in today's narrative or today's climate, and it's all political. That's all it is, and that's all it's all about. So, what's everybody got planned for tomorrow? And I will be back here tomorrow too, running another live stream because there's nothing else I can do, and it does help boost up my watch hours as well, so I'll be back again tomorrow from, you know, the same time as what I started this morning. But yeah, that's true, Harry. That's what it's all about. Absolutely. Oh yes, back at work, yep. Oh yes, Jim, doing a door and a trim job. Well, of course, you know, a lot of people here are out of work again. Some people, you know, the end of the last lockdown had got their jobs back, but now with another lockdown, they've lost their jobs again. So and I hear more and more mum and pop shops and you know, family run restaurants and those sorts of shops are saying, you know, they're not going to open up again. They've quit trying to do business with all of these restrictions and lockdowns, and they just cannot survive. So, you know, there's going to be more and more and more jobless people here, of course. And I don't think it'll ever recover now. You know, the last year, or a bit over a year, has sort of really, you know, killed the economy here, which was struggling anyway before all this went on, and now the economy has been totally decimated. So you know, I'd say that's the end of a lot of you know, small businesses. And you know, the end of a lot of jobs for people. Yeah, I'd heard that, Jim. It's not like that here, I'm afraid. You know, people would love to have some jobs that don't have jobs, and there's just no jobs. You know, the cost of living in this place is just so extreme that you know, nobody can survive on the unemployment benefits here. So, you know, it's quite different here, that, you know, people actually want real jobs and proper jobs, and the jobs are no longer around, no longer available, no longer exist. Yeah, that's really interesting to hear that. Yeah, that you've got jobs everywhere. And you know, I've seen in a lot of channels saying the same thing, that you know, all over the US there's plenty of jobs. Oh yes, at $15 an hour. And you know, that would be the minimum wage here in this country, $15 an hour. But you know, the minimum, you know, working at the minimum wage, you've only got to work like 4 hours, 5 days a week here, and that's like double the unemployment. So, you know, people are wanting to get even a minimum wage job instead of unemployment, but it's just impossible. And you know, the basic unemployment here, you're looking, it's about $200 a week, I believe. So, you know, you don't have to work very long at minimum hours to, you know, make more money than that. But you know, the cost of living in this place, you know, a couple of $100 a week, you cannot survive on that. You cannot even pay your rent on that. So, you know, this place is just crazy. But, you know, I don't think the jobs will ever come back here. And the official government figures, which, you know, of course, everybody knows they're fudged, or, you know, they're pretty sketchy figures. Officially, there's 1 million people out of work, out of a total population of this country of 25 million. But the actual figures of out of work is actually about 4 times that. And plus, you probably got like another 2 or 3 million people underemployed. And, you know, somebody who may be working 1 or 2 hours a week is not counted in the unemployment figures. So a lot of people may be only working like 1 or 2 hours a week because that's all that they're given, and you know, they're not seen as being unemployed by the government. Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah, so true, Harry. anyways, my batteries are getting low on these devices, so I'll probably run another 5 or 10 minutes, and I'll call it a day for this live stream. And I'll be back tomorrow anyway, because we're all locked down and nothing else to do. Oh yes, all the different birds, yeah. I can hear the turtle doves, and there's crows in the distance. Yeah, thank you, Jim, for playing those, and that's much appreciated. But yeah, you're probably really interested to hear all the different bird sounds here in the background by the sound of it. I think there's some sort of parrot flying around I can hear as well. Yeah, that would be really great, Jim, yeah. And the way work is here, I'd much rather, work for myself and, make my YouTube channel pay and be work for myself. And, of course, if it did pay for itself, I'd be able to make a lot more cooking videos, and hopefully some people could get some benefit out of full recipe videos and cooking tips and how to cook and that sort of thing. Yeah, that's true, Harry. It does sound different than where you are. And I've noticed even the crows and the ravens here sound different to what they do everywhere else. But yeah, I'd love to make this YouTube channel pay. I spend probably like about 40, 50, 60 hours, with live streams and editing and planning videos and goodness knows what every week. So, if it paid me to do that, that would be really wonderful. Yeah, that would be really great. I'd love to be getting checks from YouTube. And it's really a dream of mine, and once I start getting some checks from YouTube, I might be able to leave this country and set up somewhere in the States for a much better life. Oh yes, Bob White Quail and Mourning Dove. I guess your Mourning Dove sort of sounds similar to the turtle doves here. I don't hear any at the moment. Usually you hear the turtle doves here all the time. And that's a Australian magpie you hear in the distance somewhere just now. And you hear them here quite often as well. But you know, somewhere where I'd love to live like Montana or somewhere like that. I really love the mountains, and I love the snow and the forests. And of course, you know, there's very few mountains here, and very little snow in this country, so oh, in my garden, yeah, well, down near the creek it's the best feature of this property. You know, the house is falling down and old, and even for that it's high rent, so you know, the creek and the back garden here sort of makes up for that. Yeah, that's true, Harry. There's very few freedom-loving people here in this country, I'm afraid. You know, they all love the restrictions, and they all love the mask and all of that. So, you know, it is what it is here. Oh yes, between 3 mountain ranges here in Arizona, yeah. The worst thing for me is Arizona gets a bit hot in the summer. You know, 75 degrees, maybe 80, and I sort of can't take any more than that these days now. I'm sort of finding the hot sun and the hot weather harder and harder to take the older I get. But today, you know, is officially the first day of winter, so you know, it doesn't get that cold here. 55 degrees at the moment, and you know, it's 10:30 in the morning. You know, a lot of you would say, oh, 55, that's really quite balmy for winter. Oh yes, 91 degrees, yeah, but you know, your summers do get quite hot where you are in Arizona. Oh, I'm still young. How young do you actually think I am, Jim? I'm probably not as young as you think. Oh yes, Phoenix, yeah. Yes, I have heard that Phoenix gets damn hot, yeah. Devil's ass, yeah, that's one way to put it. Oh yes, in the 60s today, Harry. Yeah, that sounds quite good. Oh yeah, my 40s, yeah, I wish add a little bit more, you know, I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, basically. So, you know, not as young anymore as probably what I look here on camera. Maybe, you know, good Scandinavian genes maybe make me look a bit younger. Oh yes, usually high 80s and humid. So yeah, the 60s sounds like quite a pleasant break for that. But you know, I guess you could say, Jim, it's oh, thank you, Jim. It's difficult for people my age and older. Well, probably difficult for people, you know, from 35 and older because we all remember freedom and you know, we all remember a very different world than what we've got today. So you know, it's quite sad for us and difficult for us, and it's sad when we think of what the kids now are going to miss out on. And here in the news, the government were going absolutely ballistic about people not checking into hotels with the QR code, and they're going ballistic because there was some video clip of, you know, people just drinking and dancing, and you know, it's just really so sad that you know, we grew up with going out to bars and clubbing and none of this stuff, and you know, the kids will never experience all of that. And yeah, it's so very different, and it's really so sad, and you know, the kids are stuck to their iPads and iPhones and God knows what, and you know, there's no kids out by, you know, building a shelter in the woods or making mud pies or playing house, or you know, it's none of what we grew up with, and it's really sad. Yeah, that's true, Jim. Yeah, it's, you know, the kids, they've got no boundaries given to them, but they've got no freedom either. So you know, they're missing out on both accounts. They can't they can't go out and play on, you know, the street with their friends or that sort of thing. You know, the world has changed, and they're not allowed to. And with some of the creepers around, it's too dangerous for them as well. And it is really upsetting. And you know, looking back, I think I might have been like about 10 or 12 when I first fired a rifle. And you know, kids nowadays would never be allowed to do such a thing. Yeah, you don't see kids doing that anymore, and I don't think they're allowed to in a lot of cases. You know, parents just won't let them, and probably society's got too dangerous with, you know, with a lot of the creepers getting around, that it's not really safe for them to do so either. Orang biasa, hello. Selamat pagi, orang biasa. What I just said was good morning to orang biasa. Yeah, I know what you mean, Harry, and where you grew up, and you know, it was woods or open spaces, and now it's all just covered with houses and suburbia. That's really sad too. Orang biasa, terima kasih banyak. Sama-sama. Biasa. Yeah, I know. Aku bisa bicara bahasa Indonesia dan bahasa Melayu. Aku tinggal di Jakarta 18 tahun. Oh, your English is bad. No problem. Oh, so's mine, Harry. Yeah. Oh, my English is bad also. Orang biasa, terima kasih banyak. Aku bisa bicara bahasa Inggris, bahasa Melayu, bahasa Indonesia, dan bahasa Thai nitoika, or sedikit aja, I should say. Sorry, I slipped into Thai. Sama-sama orang biasa. But yeah, for Harry and Jim, I was just speaking about how I lived in Jakarta a very long time, and how I can speak Indonesian, Malay and Thai. Which of course, you know, most people here in this country only speak English, obviously. Oh, thank you, Orang Biasa. Nice to meet you too. And you know, maybe my speaking skill will be explained by my real name, my full real name, Ariella Anastasia Jandrawati. Oh, thank you, Orang. I really, really appreciate that. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it, and I'll make sure to check out your channel a bit later after this live stream. Oh yes, I murder the English language at times too, I'm sure. But you know, I've only been in this country 5 years, and I grew up in Jakarta, and then I lived a long time in Thailand as well. So you know, I've been in a lot of places, so and probably explains a lot of the different cooking recipes that I dig up as well. I've also travelled, you know, throughout Southeast Asia, been to Laos, Vietnam, lived in Thailand, as good as lived in Malaysia. I was just in Malaysia so often, Singapore so often. I didn't go to Bali that often. I lived in Jakarta, and you know, I went to a few other places around Indonesia quite often. I was quite often in Sumatra, you know, Manado as well. Trying to think where I all used to travel around Indonesia. I'm sure you know Manado in Sulawesi Utara, or North Sulawesi. Oh, 357 Sig Beats. Hello, great to see you, and thank you for coming by. Oh yes, you live in a small island in West Java. Oh no, well, I actually lived in Jakarta, lived a long time in Indonesia, so you know, I look back on when I lived in Indonesia, you know, with high regard and fondness actually, and I miss Indonesia, to tell you the truth. I lived in Jakarta. We're speaking about, you know, the 90s, late 80s, the 90s, and early 2000s. I think it was about 2001, 2002, I moved to Thailand. So, no, I have a very high regard and fond memories of Indonesia and fond memories of Jakarta too. Aku suka Indonesia dan orang Indonesia. But you know, I've lived a life of travelling really. Been to Europe, England a couple of times, of course Scandinavia, and that's you know, basically the only two places I've been in Europe. Scandinavia, we're talking about Sweden, Denmark, Finland, etc. And I've been to the States. I'd been into China. I just went north over the Lao border and into China, but not very far into China, of course. The only countries I haven't been in Southeast Asia is the Philippines. Of course, I was very close to the Philippines when I was at Manado or North Sulawesi. And I haven't been to Myanmar or Burma because that country was very hard to get into, and they weren't sort of letting tourists in very easily or openly. And Bahrain, because I never had a reason to visit Bahrain, so I hadn't been to Bahrain, but everywhere else I've been, you know, around much of the countries. I found Cambodia to be quite sad, really. Been in Laos, what you call Laos, I guess. Been in Vietnam, so you know, a lot of travelling around Southeast Asia too. Oh, thank you, Jim. So, you know, that's probably where I sort of, you know, get a lot of my food knowledge from is travel. I've never done a cooking degree, although my favourite subject in high school was home economics, which of course, you know, included cooking. All my recipes I write myself, but you know, a lot of travelling, and whenever I'd come across a food that, you know, that I really enjoyed, I'd I'd actually ask and learn about the dish from the people cooking them. Oh yes, wheels on my butt, I guess you could say that. Yeah, you could say that. Oh yes, 357 SIG beats 9mm. I love your name, by the way. That's really quite fascinating and sounds like fun. And that's one of these. That's one thing I've got to try one of these days is shooting a few different pistols on the range. I've only ever gone as far as like shooting different rifles and shotguns. But yeah, wheels on my butt, I guess you could say, Jim, or is it wings on my butt from all the travelling that I've done? Yeah, reaction Indonesian food. Well, I know all the Indonesian foods and I enjoy them, so with all the lockdowns here and it's a bit difficult to make a reaction of Indonesian food with different people. Otherwise it's something I could explore and do. And yeah, the last time I had a video cooking Indonesian food, I cooked nasi goreng kambing down here by the creek. Yeah, people in Indonesia like stuff like that, yeah. Well, people like what they like, and you know, certain videos or certain types of videos are popular in certain places, and I don't know why, it just is what it is, I guess you could say. I'll just see if I've got the clip on here. I might run that clip on here of when things went wrong. And things falling down. Look, you might hear the odd swear word, I think. And this might have to be an adult-only video for that reason. So picking up the vegetable oil that's fallen down and the spatula that's fallen down. I'm going to have to go and wash that before I use it. And of course, as we all know, when I'm filming, you've got some idiot flying around. And all these bloody planes are going to drive me to distraction. Oh, for fuck's sake. Another bloody idiot. But yeah, that's just a short I had, you know, of a few bloopers and things went wrong when I was cooking nasi goreng down here by the creek, and Of course, I set that one at 18 plus, and as my normal videos. I hope no kids were watching this live stream, or you know, it's a couple of words they probably aren't exactly family friendly. But yeah, I love spicy food. I love chili. Arielle-Viking. Chili is absolutely delicious. Ah, chaba, yes, of course. Aku suka masakan Indonesia, makanan cabai atau makanan pedas, enak sekali. I've got to try and remember because so long since I've spoken Indonesian, you know, that sometimes I forget a little. Oh, Padang food, nasi Padang. Oh yes, I can't forget Padang food. I absolutely love Padang. But you know, of course, you know, in that nasi goreng video, the sambal I used, I actually make the sambal myself. I think homemade sambal, or the sambal I make myself, is so much nicer. But you know, most of my subscribers are all in the United States. Many also in Canada, some in England, and some in Europe, some in Asia, but mostly in the US and Canada. Yes, thank you, Arielle-Viking. Nice to meet you as well, and yeah, hopefully everybody does have a wonderful day. and my batteries are starting to run out with all my devices, so I might have to end this live stream because I can't keep up with the chat once all this turns off. So not much battery on the tablet or this hand phone, so running out of battery on everything. But you know, really great to see everybody here, and I'll end this live stream fairly soon because my batteries here on these devices are nearly all done. So yes, I'll be back on here tomorrow from about, I don't know, 8:30 I guess my time. So try and think what that is in your time. Maybe 5:30 p.m. your time, 4:30, something like that. And of course Indonesian time or Jakarta time, I'll be online or running a live stream. That would be about from about 5:30 in the morning. So yeah, it's saying it's about 11:08 here at the moment. So you know, you're looking at about 2.5 hours earlier than the current time tomorrow evening, I guess you could say. Oh yes, Orang Biasa, yes, you're 3 hours earlier than us, yeah. Oh yes, so it's 6:09 where you are, Jim, so you're looking at about from 3:30 p.m. tomorrow I'll be on. And yeah, you're Central Time, aren't you, Jim? So Eastern Time, that would be about 4:30. And Western Time, we're probably looking at about 2:30 or something like that, I guess. Also, Harry, if it's 8:10 p.m. where you are, I'll be online from, or running a live from about 5:30 your time tomorrow. Oh yes, so yeah, you don't do daylight saving. and Mountain Time, that would that be like the same time zone as Montana and Colorado? Oh, cool. Yeah, good to know that. I know I've sort of got to keep on top of all the different US time zones, so sometimes I can be an hour or two out on all your times. Anyways, this little phone that I'm using to actually read your chat messages is I think down to about 5% battery, so it'll turn off in a minute, so I better call it a day for the live stream here today, and I'll thank you all for watching. Take care, God bless, and until next time, bye bye.